Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to have to commit suicide because a lot of we have to do a lot of admin stuff and my stats aren't correct anymore. So we're starting again. Okay, we're in. Yeah, I think I know where I am. Hi, Dubs. Yellow, mate. Yellow. How are you? The new Goblinz server that's just gone live. Oh, went live this morning. Come to me, my pretty. Sitting in my coffee trailer. Ah! Of course, it's normal hours for you. It's now late for me. Chinaris, but an edited Chinaris. So a lot more. 88 edits on the map and long grass. And it's a duo server now. So you can play as duos. And you can do fun things like rip clothes up your hands. Different versions of base building on here. We've got rag, we've got hunter cabins, and we've got ISO containers or big containers that you can make. Got a weapons pack on. We've even got vehicles if you count a quad bike as a vehicle. This long grass is a bitch because you can't see zombies in it until it's too late. So it makes it slightly more interesting. And you can't have a map until you find one. So you hear them. But you need to find them. And we're aiming for a long wipe. So we're aiming for, this is now it until the end of the year. So 12-week wipes because it is a survival server. It's not a full-on base building. Well, it is, but it's not like a normal PvP server. Between 60 and a 90% nerf of loot means that there's no point doing short wipes. People haven't got enough time to base build, get to end game and raid people with short wipes. Now, if we can find a priest, we can get a map. priests in my servers carry maps. They want to show you the way. Spawns are round the map. Everyone spawns within 200 meters of a med center. So if you're unlucky, you get a spawn on Northwest Airfield, or lucky, depending on how you look at it. Food is massively nerfed. Hi, John. How are you, mate? I F11'd because I had to do so much admin stuff in the last couple of hours that character was, everything was pristine again. Best wipe yet, John. It's unbelievable wipe, this one. You do. You need to come and visit at some point. Well, the long grass is a bitch, though, isn't it, John? You don't see them until they're right on you. Spawn sites do make a difference. Dubs, I've got a 5060 Ti. Nice card, mate. Lovely little card. How are you finding it? Used some miles from travelling for work, traded them for a Best Buy gift card. Good choice. Free GPU. My 4070 Super, basically I had someone offer to buy my 3080 off me at nearly the price, well, at half the price of my 4070 Super. So while not free, I got one on day of release at half price. I was happy with that. I say that, and then I bought it on finance, so I'm still paying it off now, but the idea was there. Oh, the jump scares are awful, John, with the long grass. There's zombies fucking everywhere. It was. I'm really happy with this 70 Super, or Super Ti. It's a really nice card, especially for 4K content. I can't see me upgrading my card again, because I don't need anything more. The next natural upgrade would be, not even worth getting a 4080, because I'm running this overclocked within 5% of a 4080 anyway. So my next natural upgrade would be a 4090. But I don't need it for Dayz. It's awesome, isn't it, John? That makes sense. 3060 was a good card. I had a 3060 Ti for ages. And if it wasn't for the wanting to stream 4K content, I'd probably still be running it. We say we got new guns on the server, and then I pick up a 12 gauge. Oh, and a rucksack. You can do fun things on here now, John and Dubs. We can wear a rucksack and a shoulder bag at the same time. And the shoulder, so you can have double the storage. Well, not double, but you can up the amount of storage. That bit of light always makes me think it's a packet of chips or crisps. Every time I fall for it. Nice, isn't it? Also, it helps. I'm running a weather mod on here that allows me to control the weather down to hour-long windows of what weather we have. Ooh. That's a game changer. So we have 6-hour restarts now. We have literally first thing in the morning it's foggy, like really foggy. Then the sun burns it off and we get like 4.5 hours maybe of this sort of sunlight. As it gets hotter and hotter and hotter, because the heat goes up during the day until you're burning off water just because of the heat. And then there's a massive thunderstorm and you get torrential rain before you go into nighttime. And then as you come out, and then it stops in game 3 hours later and becomes clear again. So it forces people to think about having fires at night, which is a bitch, let's be honest. Sort of know where I am, I think. My last life I spawned on Northwest Airfield, which was a bitch for getting normal starting gear, but good for guns. I just wish that Dayz would allow us to spawn grass at bigger than 50 meters. Z over there. It's a Dayz limitation. It's shit. Suppose we should push police station. See if we can get a little bit of basic armor. And then we're going to need to worry about food. That's the next problem. But in real life, my problem is filling my vape. So that's the next thing I'll do. Playing the game. There we go. John, found a quad bike yet? And there are players that have already got pet dogs on the server. Basically, they spawn with everything apart from the spark plug. And that's on purpose, so it gives players a chance at least. Ah, dog vest. For a dog that you want to call Sheriff. Do I want to take a Glock with me? Probably not. I'll always throw it away though. Okay, my next problem then is food. So, apples I reckon we'll be living by. Are they apple trees? Probably. One fucking rotten apple. I got the airfield start earlier. It's great for weapons, not very good for general other bits and pieces. But it's a good place to start for weapons, isn't it? Let's work through the stuff that's going to dehydrate me first. Oh, rubbish, haven't we? We've got now on this server. I forgot. I think the best start is the altar start because you've got the key on you ready to go. And you come away with all the loot then. At least it gets you a good start. 2-2 pistol, box of 50 rounds of ammo, a rucksack, some beginning your base building and journey. Best start of the lot really. A map, a pen so you can mark the map. If you're running as a duo and you want a compass, press H. No, turn that off. Press H. Full compass, press it again, you just get the degrees. Press it again, it turns it off. Can't do anything about it, it's just that's the code. Drinking a goat. Yeah, sounds about right. And predictable weather now. It'll rain on the same time every day. But you sort of know that when the bad weather comes, it's going to be operation. Keep dry. Get a fire on. Another one of those pistols. I suppose because I've nerfed everything, we're going to get more of these. I haven't massively nerfed pistols. Yes. They stay for 20 minutes. So you have to think about either carrying it with you or dumping it on the ground and people knowing you've been there. But you can also turn the tins into metal hooks. So if you eat a can of tack back or beans or anything else, and you then hit the tin using your knife, it'll turn it into a metal hook. I wanted to give ground sign for if players are dropping food, but not by 20 minutes. It means it's not going to cause problems, but it's going to mean that if you find food on the ground, you know someone's within 20 minutes of you. Oh, God. See, I know what that means. I know that means I need a full NBC suit for that one. And that's the only advantage I have at the moment, is I know where things are and I know what I need. But if I got a key now that said Northwest Airfield, we all know where that is, but I couldn't tell you which crates spawn in, and there's a choice of like 40 different locations with only 5 crates per restart. The tall grass is awesome.
New subscription received. Dispensing gratitude.
Thanks for the sub. Massively appreciated. Welcome. That's the only real advantage I have, is on knowing where certain keys are and what we will need to get into them. But the keys that have multiple spawns, no advantages over you guys at all. Rusty, I heard in the new update you can use dead rabbits as a... I'm not going to read the rest of that out. Though it is funny. Do you have to... I suppose if you had a Duracell battery, there'll be the Duracell bunny. Yeah? The new update that's never getting here at the moment, it feels like. The long grass is a bit, so it's what John was saying earlier. You hear the zombies scream, but you're not sure what direction they're coming from until they're right on you. Picking up lots of loot that I probably don't need. As per normal. Let's kill that Zed. Why are they coming packs of 2 now? I blame the server owner. Oh, and a fucking helicopter. Helicopters are just visual stuff, guys. So if you're in a town and you hear the alarm go off, might want to leave. Just as a point of reference. You'll know that it's an alarm when you hear it. I've turned off the notifications to tell you there's something going down. If only we had a key. That's a base building. So base building is in sawmills. But as per normal, not all of them spawn in on every wipe. Sorry, in every restart. So you're going to have to carry with you and go and visit every sawmill till you find one. Right, let's sort out some loot. Because we're getting loads more stuff now. The long grass is awesome. I just wish it was stretched further. Right then. Throw that away. Don't need 2 of them. We do need that. We need all of that. We need that. We need that for a fishing kit later on. So we'll move that to there, that to there, that to there. Put the meds up here. Keep that as ammo. Yeah, I just can't. We just can't make that render any further. It's a Dayz limitation, unfortunately. Right, spare knife, pistol, meds. I'm happy with that. Not left anything important behind, no. Right, food is my next issue. We've been living off apples. Got the something in there. Unfortunate. Yeah, close quarters on Salisky Island, which is permanently foggy in some areas, as you'll see when you go down there. First thing in the morning, so the whole island's foggy. In the grass will be an interesting PvP fight. Really interesting PvP fight. Also, it's hard to work out where you are with this long grass and all this debris all the time. It's great. Unless you spawn at a known spot that you've used a lot. And I know Chernarus. I just don't know it as well as I thought I did. But it's without a shadow of a doubt my favourite build yet. Now we've got it away from expansion. So much more I can do with what we've got. And yes, we've lost AI from endgame, but I've gained so much other things I can play with. We've got a new event on here. We've got C-130 crashes as well as heli crashes. So occasionally you'll hear a heli crash, but it's find a C-130 with zombies running around it. Obviously we've got the aircraft that fly over. We've got stuff that bombs you randomly in towns and military locations. I've upped the amount of zombies slightly. I've upped the amount of animals drastically. Yeah. It feels like a different map. And it's like Restless said yesterday, well, who's been cutting the grass in normal Dayz? So why wouldn't there be long grass? It's not like the infected go out and cut the grass. And it's not like survivors have the time to take a lawnmower out and deal with it. Now, there are some keys spawning in the world, just not many. Yep, exploding gas grenades in military areas. I spawned in on a test run yesterday at one point, off stream. I spawned in, there was an almighty bang, and all 10 gas grenades went off at once on on the military zone next to me, and I was surrounded by gas. Now that to me is awesome. Because that to me would mean that if you were there, you'd have to wait 20 minutes to get away from that spot. Or risk running through it. Now I like that. It's a different challenge. It's a different way of thinking. We've got to go for the Z because obviously if we get a police key, sorry, a base building key, then we're going to go back and find that sawmill. So for somebody like John that kills a lot of Zeds, there is a reward now with Z killing. Oh, I've only had some meat on me. Doggy's here. If I had meat on me, I could tame it. Or bones. There's a map, I suppose. I think you're stuck up there, mate. Yeah, if I had skinning zombies on, we could do, but then it's like, where do you stop adding mods? Any meds in here? Bandage. I get why. Food. I tend to pick older mods that are pretty much done. Trapped in here. Yeah, because barbed wire on my servers is not something you want to push into, is it? I don't think I've ever been in this town, not with this edit on. All boarded up. All apart from there. Make a great base, wouldn't it? This could make an amazing base, wouldn't it? Airlock through here. Like, block off all of them apart from one. Probably block off and come up this way. Airlock all of this. And have this as your way in and out. Probably get 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of work. 5 airlocks in here. Easily. And you could airlock off in here as well. Where are we on the map? Pollyanna. Not a bad spot either. Okay, so we need to push up to Altar. We can't put any markers in because we don't have a pen on us. No, not that way then. So the only way in is here. No. There. There. But if you stick the flag in the middle, you've got 10 metres all round, mate. Remember, it's a circle. You bastard. And crash. I'll probably go back into being dead now. Is it a server crash? Shouldn't be a restart. Everyone got kicked. Got no messages telling us it was a restart. I think it was just a crash. I'll have to look through the log files. So flag in the middle, you've got 10 metres right round the flag. So you've actually got 20 metres. Yeah? Yeah, connection to the host was lost. Yeah. I think we all got it. It is there. No, is it? Yeah, it's there. I just think it was a general crash. A GTX crash or a Steam crash, basically. I thought you were going to say the Barrett addict. Not the barrel. Let's hope I haven't bled out. We had a good spawn. We had a key card on us. We were starting to build up loot. A little bit of a rollback. Not having markers on your map until you get a pen is a nightmare, which is why I like it. Because all you can do is walk in a direction, then hit M, and go, I think that's up the hill. Where are we? Z. Global. Hi, Restless. Yeah, a bit of a server crash there. As I said, I'll investigate the logs later and try and work out why. But we all got the server crash at the same time. So, did I not get my tin of spaghetti because of the crash? Bastard game. I'm thinking... So we're now going that way, so I want to swing that way. Potentially. Not being able to mark anything until you get a pen is proving interesting. Good shout. Well done. It was you then. You crashed my server. Nah. It happens. How are you finding it, Restless? You enjoying it? And the same out to you, Bimmy? I love this long grass. I just wish it would spawn further. But that's a Dayz limitation. Yeah, that's better. So if we carry going this direction, we should see altar soon. Nah, it's just used as a map marker, just so you can use your map to put an RV down. I didn't want to have notes because people get quite toxic with them and it becomes a problem. People will pin a note to someone's base and tell them what they think of them, and sometimes the language used isn't the right language, and then if someone raises a complaint, I have investigations to deal with. Yeah. You'll find less weapons than you will everything else. Weapons and ammo everywhere. Sorry, magazines and ammo everywhere. Weapons to shoot them? Nah. Lots of pistols though. Fair few shotguns. You can have a silencer that fits on your SKS. But I had to commit suicide because I was dealing with admin stuff on that character. And when you go into God mode, it makes everything you're wearing pristine. So if we push that way a little bit now. There are weapons around. There is stuff around. I found some doggies earlier. Just didn't have any meat on me to make them better. Wrong map. Yeah. Love the M40. Looks amazing. Excellent. I really like the weapons pack. The weapons pack is amazing. Well worth the... Is it about 3 gigs we have to download for it? But visually, they're really nice weapons. And it's a relatively new weapons pack to the modding scene. And there's optics included with it, and a bayonet. Yeah, that happens though, doesn't it? I mean, I've been away for 2 weeks because of cadets, basically. And I'm on tonight, I'll be on tomorrow, I'll be on Tuesday this week because I've got nothing happening this week on Tuesday. But then I'll be away Wednesday, Thursday. The best decision I made was getting away from expansion because it could open up what we could do. But I had to find this mod that allowed us to have a basic map, the chat, and teams, which is P, all as a part of the same mod. That way a little bit. Want to check on crate with the key card. Jesus, I was happy to leave with blinking health, no loot. No loot? Are you... Oh, was that because the crate was empty? If a crate was empty, I need to know which crate. Can you open a ticket? There shouldn't be any crates empty because they've all got stuff for them. Unless someone had been there before. But I can go through the log files. But I can only do it for 24 hours. Otherwise it generates too many logs and the server will fall over. So I only keep logs for 24 hours. The only difference is the duplication logs. They're kept for 5 days, and every 4 days I run the duplication logs through. Oh, okay. I'm there. So if we follow these woods up through, we'll pop out near altar. Not that we've got any space for what we're picking up from altar. But we still need to go. Alright, got a message. Okay. Work stuff. It's fine. Took me a long time to type up the crate stuff. So I'm happy now though, because they've all got, apart from the quest line and altar, there's multiple crates on every key, so they move on each restart, which is nice. Also, I've picked up 4 subs today, which is nice. On the road to, well, we'll be heading towards 700 now. Not that far off. 300 to go. But going forward, it will be literally, I'll be streaming or making content Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and that will be it. So I'll be busy the rest of the week. I'm away middle of October for a day on a Sunday. I might be away at the last weekend in October for the weekend. Probably away in November. We'll be away in January and February and March and April. Weekends here and there as I get qualified. Back this way. Altar's a bitch now though, because now it's so easy to get in. The last thing you want to do is go into altar and see dead zombies, because you know you've got company. Like I was saying earlier, I've got that swipe card there for the train tunnel, but I know, because I wrote the server, that I'd need a full NBC suit to open that crate. So it's not worth having at this point. But I know the loot in it is worth having. So do I hold on to it? Because at some point I might have a base and a full NBC suit. This is a server where you're going to need NBC to do anything. either complete the end game. Now we don't have AI. End game is in full NBC suit. And one area on normal crates is NBC as well. Which is the one I got the swipe card for. So if we come up this road, and where it branches off, go straight ahead. Where is the road there? Down this road, I think, is probably the... Going the wrong way, so I need to go that way. Yeah. Finding a quad would help as well. Even these tracks are harder to follow now they've got grass growing through them all. And now a pen's going to be so important. Okay, Restless. I won't shoot your friend. Believe me, I know what settings I built on the server. Dog killing is not the way to go. So easy to get lost on here now, though. With the grass, the change of the scenery, the fact that you can't put map markers down. Perfect. Oh, we should be able to cut that corner off, shouldn't we? Just go straight ahead. There's altar up there. Of course, the worst place to be an altar is if an air raid came in when you were inside. You might not have enough chance to get out. When I spawned in on my first life, I spawned on northwest, and as I was leaving, it came under air raid attack. Has anyone seen the UFO yet? At night, a UFO will fly over. You can't do anything with it. It's just there as a visual thing. And every 30 minutes, one of those events kicks in somewhere on the map. So there's 11 per restart, 6 hours. Because you're not going to get the last one because it's a server restart. And heli, yeah. It just makes the world feel a bit more alive. Doesn't do anything. Just a little bit of stuff that's happening, and it's part of the air raid mod. If we didn't have debris on the shoreline, I would also have a submarine that does do something. It goes up and down the coast, and if it spots you, it launches missiles at you. But because we've got debris up and down the coast, it would at times spawn underneath the debris and then shoot missiles out, and that would look wrong. So I choose not to have it. But we'll probably use air raid going forward. I think it's a nice addition to the server. Keeps you on your toes, makes you think about where you're going to live. I've reduced the amount of bombs. Rather than 20 that they recommend, it's 10. But it's enough to cause a problem. On 3 and me, so 4 on at the moment. We had 8 on earlier. It will fluctuate a little bit. It's a bit hardcore for a lot of people, as we know. But by having a long wipe, we might pick up people because of that. Once we get past 1.29, then the server message will say next wipe is scheduled for one of the server messages and give a time scale. So when people join, they know they've got enough time to play and enjoy the server or not. It isn't a standard PvP server, even though it is PvP, but it isn't your standard run and gun. Quick base build, run gun, run gun, run gun, raid, wipe. This is more flowed down into a base building as a challenge. Raiding's a massive challenge. Getting to end game is a massive challenge. And I like that because it makes good content. Right, eyes and ears open, Mr. Goblin. But then ultras become easier. Other places have become harder. Just one pack of zombies in here to deal with. So freshies have a chance. Okay, John. Loot crates are fuller now as well, guys. So you won't be able to carry everything out with you, basically. Apart from this one. back, John. The goblin exit. Worth it. If it works. If it doesn't work, we've all learnt a valuable lesson. Nah, that doesn't work. So we've all learnt a valuable lesson. Nice idea, though. Whoa, 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 Mr. Goblin. What's all that spinning nonsense? I liked my thinking. I reckon if you parked your quad bike round there, you could fall onto your quad bike. Look. Down there. One of the first servers I played on, a group of cannibals lived here. And we had to arrange a server-wide raid on them. They would ask you to join their clan, and once you joined, they'd take you back there and be a big fire going, and they'd offer you lots of stuff, and they'd feed you up on all their tins. You'd be like, don't you want to eat anything? And then they'd stab you. Also, they'd tie you up, hold you at gunpoint, and tell you they're going to eat you. And they were just fattening you up for eating. I had Dayz under that at one point. So no minefields this wipe, guys. It conflicted with another mod, and I don't know which one. And it just the server wouldn't start. So there's no minefields or claymores to worry about. Good place for a base under there, damn right. It's one of my favourite houses to build in. Not here, but the house itself. Oh, numbers are going up. Got 5 on at the moment. Backpack quest. Yeah. Now there's no special backpacks, but you can obviously, as I've explained many times, you can have a shoulder bag with a backpack. So you can have a field backpack, or an Alice backpack as I would call it, or Parabergen, depending on how you look at it. You can have that with a shoulder bag. The shoulder bag has 20 slots. The Alice has 60. And we've made metal smaller and wood smaller. Logs. So that's plenty of storage space. That flare up there. I prefer it dimmy. I think it's really nice. Wherever I light a fire now is not that good, is it? Bugger. We'll wait here for our meat to cool down. Eat it, and then move on. The hunt for a rucksack continues. Up to the church. Not that I need a map down this end of the map, but you never bloody know. Now I'll find a box of nails, knowing my luck. Thank God for that. No way am I ready for a box of nails yet. Whoever comes round first wins. Unless I'm already naked. Double kill! Ah. He woke up earlier, but he was bandaging. One of the team. I was like, is that a zombie in that shed? No, it's a player. And the player's got a gun. That's what my brain was going. And they're a walking fishing kit. Got to do it, haven't you? Got that. Yeah. Happens occasionally, doesn't it? Fucking find. Remember, this is about rewarding people for pushing into harder areas. And now getting keys is quite hard. So there's so you have to up the loot elsewhere. Bondage gear. Come on inside, my pretty. Press her off it though, don't we? Always worth a trip in here. There is risk, obviously, in this place, but the loot you can get out of here is unbelievable. You have to sort these mags out very soon, I think. Fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck. I can raid ISOs now. You can take 15 minutes, but you'll cut a code lock off one of these containers. Ah. I'd say that's a good haul. Prefer a chicken. Sorry, prefer some apples and a chicken. That first, then the apple, then the other thing. That last. Do some magazine sorting. Evening, West. Jane, what have you missed? I've died a few times. It's to be expected. My loot's looking pretty good. Don't have a rucksack yet, though. But I do have this bad boy. Ellie. I killed someone earlier. They also sort of killed me. we came blows to blows. They came round first but were bandaging. I cut them up and killed them, then I bled out. So, on this wipe, players are rewarded for pushing military and for killing zombies. And the higher tier mill, the better gear you're going to get. And endgame gets you a AWM, optic, mag, ammo, raiding goods, and base building goods. So code lock, nails, and the hacking tablet for raiding. Now we need water. Okay, there's no AI on here, so that would have been player. Which is nice. Means, and there's no kill feed. Because I can't have one as part of what we're running. Unless I load another mod for it. Which I'm not going to do for a kill feed. It's a lot harder to get keys and key cards now. A lot harder. You have to kill a lot of zombies to get a key, to get your percentage chance. Basically, every time you kill a zombie, it has a 20% chance of spawning something. And that might be food, or it might be a key. And as much as that sounds not very high, that sounds quite high, it isn't in DayZ terms. No, I GG'd in chat, they didn't, which is fine. Not everyone will, I get that. Need a pipe later on when I build a house. To have a well at home. Yeah, a dog is massive on here. I like having the dogs in. I didn't think I would. If I get a quad bike, that's going to be worth its weight in gold with my driving. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, actually, it's the end of the world. There would be dogs running around that would still befriend humans because it's in their DNA. Now you just need to get that dog some armour. Or the little vest, so it has 8 slots of stuff it can carry for you. And then the dog can carry its own food with it. Because you need to feed your dog to keep its health up. Okay, John. Exactly. Isn't it awesome? And it, as much as it's very PvE, it does fit into a survival server. Having a dog running with you that helps you kill a few Zeds. You can target a chicken with it. If a player attacks you, it will fight for you. It makes sense. But also, then if you have a base, you need to start thinking about protecting your dog. Thank you. They're not mine. They're certainly not mine. I wish they were. I can't build to that level. I just take someone's mod and place it in. But it makes a really nice server. Like, it's a superb server. Makes Shannara feel like a different map, which is what I like about it. And even the long grass, I'm pissed off that I can't get it to spawn longer than 50 meters from you, but that's a Dayz limitation. But it's awesome. Yes, yeah, and that's what I like about it. It's the end of the world. Things are meant to be a little bit fucked up. Welcome back, John. Where's those bodies go? Fucking long grass. Hoping I can find a well in here. That's more important. I know there's a church in here. And I think it's behind the right-hand side, behind the church. I think. I'm not sure. No, maybe this is not the church I'm thinking about. This is not the droid you're looking for. I haven't changed the zombies, so I haven't like put more military in where there should be civilian. Kept that pretty vanilla. Apart from areas I've added zombies, and then I've added one pack of normal military, which is Alta. The rest are hard military that I've added, apart from the train tunnel, which are NBC. because the train's tunnel's gassed. Talking of gas. Yeah, you will do. I expect you had did quite well out of it. I think someone's been through here. That's how I like it to be. There has to be too much to carry at every opportunity, because that way you're forced to make choices. I mean, once you've got a quad bike, because that gives you 100 slots, plus you have double rucksacks, that's nearly another 100 slots. That'll be 200 slots you've got to play with. Which should be fine. Now this build, all this rubbish everywhere is just amazing. It feels like the Chernarus we should have had. Not initially, because initially it was meant the day after the outbreak, but now we're 12 years later, it should look like this. Yeah. Base building's hard now. It's going to be really difficult. You're going to have to really think about where you want to live and gathering resources. You're going to need a stash to build up your supplies, unless you're very lucky and get the stuff to, unless you get a key for the sawmills or Nova, because that's the same as the sawmills. But I've tried to make, to a certain degree, the keys to make sense. So if you get a police key, you'll get police type items. A medical key, loads of medical items. Sawmills, base building items. Nova is the like HQ building, so that would feel right being base building. Like, so it's planning office maybe. Green Mountain used to be a trader, so that's general stuff. And then military areas are military gear. And depending how far up the map you is, how much better it gets. Need more bandages. It's all been about trying to make things a bit more believable. And when you open a crate, apart from Altar having more loot than you can carry, and they've all got boot repair kits in them now. None of them come with boots, I don't think. It's 5 AM this morning that I was writing the code. That's pretty good going. I've not found nails. We've outstayed our welcome here. I'm doing all right though. Got plate. Might be damaged, but I've got plate. I need a rucksack. Might be easier to go to the coast and get one. Just a dry bag would do the job. But I'm going to actually move into tree line down here and then log out for the evening. I'm back to work tomorrow. I will be on tomorrow night. We're coming up to 2.5 hours. It would have been like 4 hours, but I had to jump off to do with stuff, so that's fine. Thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the chat. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, miss.